Okay, so why do I go out and do so many of these events? Why do I do so much activism? Well, first off, it's because of love. That you have to love humankind in order to want to tell them the truth. But I'll tell you what, there's another aspect to this that you don't know. And this is my revenge. Telling the truth is my revenge.
In 0.5 miles, keep left.
And I know the Bible says that revenge is His. Well, okay, so that means that we shouldn't go out and seek to harm others. But my personal satisfaction will be when our current system, with all its corruption and our corrupt courts, our corrupt leaders, are all brought down and every knee shall bow. Stay. Let me get up here for a minute. I'm on the highway driving. So yes, every knee shall bow. And I believe that will happen.
18 miles.
Okay. All right, I'm on the right road. And I want to bring that about. I want to be part of that. I want to bring all these corrupt leaders into a place where they are bowing before truth and life and love, and His name is Jesus. So in order for that to happen, I've got to get out there and tell everybody. And this is a great joy to me to be able to tell them the lies that we are being told and to expose these lies. My life verse is Ephesians 5:11. Have nothing to do with the evil works of this world, rather expose them. And that's what I'm doing. That's been my life verse way before Flat Earth. So I knew there was a lot of lies out there, but I just couldn't put my finger on a lot of them, or the source. I knew there was lies here and there and lots of places, but the source, how do you get to the source? And the source is this group of people who hates humanity and wants to control humanity and treat us like slaves. So I would love for them to all come tumbling down. I'm going to share with you one of my experiences, which really was horrific. And it really hurt my family. Nearly drove my ex-husband insane. But I saw a lot of the evil in our system. And one of those leaders that I would love to see on his knees begging forgiveness is Federal Judge Diamond in the Eastern District in Philadelphia Federal Court System. And I told him there was fraud in our case, Teed versus Hilltown. And he told me in so many words, it doesn't matter if there's fraud in my courtroom. I told him about the fraud, that these lawyers removed part of my deposition, which is going to prove that the lawyers were working together. My lawyer and the opposing lawyer were working together. But Federal Judge Diamond didn't care. So, telling the truth is our ammunition. get the truth out there, and those who have ears, let them hear. Our court system is totally corrupt. And if there's any good judges that are listening to this, then it is your duty, it is your job to make sure that the other ones, that your cohorts, all right, that the other judges are being honest and are obeying the law, because they all are not. If you want to be called Your Honor, then you ought to be honorable. But I have no respect for a judge who does not revere truth in the first position, tantamount, highest pinnacle. And he is protecting those attorneys in our case. They took out part of my deposition. And just like I've heard other flat earthers say, I thought it was me. I thought I was the one who was wrong. No, friends, we are not the ones who are wrong. Just think of how many people who have never been in a court case and they don't understand it. My ex-husband and I used to say, deer headlights, the deer in the headlights. You know, when you drive around a corner in the country, I don't know if you've experienced this, there was a field right where we lived, and every time we came around that corner, our headlights would shine, and all the deer would look at us, and we'd see like dozens of little glowing eyeballs. But when you're driving down the road, a deer sees you in the headlights, they freeze too. So it's like deer in the headlights. When you start telling people about your experience, how these federal judges, they don't care about fraud. They don't care. They're going to protect their buddies. Their buddies in the lawyer system. In the brotherhood of lawyers. That's who they're going to protect. So, fraud, that doesn't matter in their courtroom. As long as their buddies are protected. That's what they care about. So, Federal Judge Diamond, I am waiting for the day when you are on your knees in front of Jesus, begging forgiveness. Do you think he will forgive you? We shall see. You make good in this case. You get the fraud out of your courtroom. You make a good judgment in this case. And there's no statute of limitations on fraud. So don't tell me it's too late and I should have known better long ago. No, that's unacceptable. So, let's get truth back in our courtrooms. And the scriptures talk about that too. When the leaders are wicked, the people moan. And it is really horrible what's happening to our country. Really, really horrible. Look into how our Constitution was turned into a document for a corporation. Well, I think it was 1871 or something, 1781, one of those numbers. Yep. The lawyers took over, changed it. And I think the only difference is one says of the people, the other says for the people. Constitution for the people, or is it Constitution of the people? You look into that. They're very clever about how they use words. Here's a good example. You go in the grocery store and you're looking for sliced cheese. One says real cheese, and it has a trademark sign on it. Well, they trademarked the name real. Doesn't mean the cheese is real. That's the name of the cheese. You're not getting real cheese, but